One of the things that we discovered shortly after opening in terms of naming it the LoCo Drive-In is like, when people hear that, they do think, well, movies. I may not like movies or I may not want to go to this particular movie, but we're really what I like to call an outdoor entertainment venue more than anything else. Just because we do have gaming tournaments, we do have concerts, live concerts, we do have sporting events. We try to do everything and hopefully have one thing for one person throughout the year, I would say. If you don't like movies or you see our weekend schedule and none of those fit your fancy, just keep looking out, because I promise there'll be something out here for you. The idea came to Gordon and Susie Whitener years ago when they lived in Kentucky, and they would always bring their families right by a nearby drive-in. And since that day, it kind of festered in Gordon's mind that he wanted to do something similar. And with his experience kind of in the LED space, and he knew he wanted to put his own twist on it. And so right around COVID time is when he really decided to act on this project and really start building and creating it. As far as we know, the LoCo Drive-In is kind of the only one in the space to utilize LED in terms of showing movies and having various events around that. So that gives us a good idea and an ability to show and host events during the day. We show every Tennessee football game, home and away. We've had concerts out here, we've had rodeos out here, movies every Friday and Saturday. Yeah, any events, we like to do them out here, and the LED allows us to utilize it during the day. The screen is 63 feet by 35 feet. It's one of the bigger ones, 14 feet off the ground, so you're really able to view it from anywhere on our lot. Operating it day to day, it's booking movies, it's scheduling staff, it's ordering inventory, it's scheduling events, it's acquiring new partners and sponsors. It's dealing with Hollywood, it's paying bills, insurance, all that stuff, you name it, I basically do it. So we can't show first run movies, and so really that booking process is, we have a great booking agent up in Cincinnati named Florence, and we call her on Monday mornings and we kind of discuss what has played well, what we can and can't show. Hollywood has a tendency to remove some things from filming and showing in theaters without kind of knowing. And so she'll tell us, yes, you can do that, yes, you can't do that, and then we'll confirm it with Hollywood and go from there. A normal weekend, what to expect, you come out here, Friday and Saturday are both going to be showing the same movie. It's a double feature. Friday, 90% of the time, is going to be a children's movie, so that if you want to bring out your family or small kids, that it's going to be a movie very appropriate for that. And then the second one really varies. Sometimes we do an older classic movie, sometimes we do a newer blockbuster, sometimes we'll run with two kids movies. And so really it all depends. I would just say, the schedule changes from week to week, and it's really just, seeing something that catches your eye and coming out and having a good time. So we still don't know necessarily the full capacity from this. The largest crowd that we've had was Georgia, Tennessee back in 2022. It was #1 versus #3, and we had about 3,500 people out here for that game. People were out here at 7 a.m. tailgating, so they were here for like 12 hours. It was incredible. Normal movie weekend, it depends a lot. Does the movie selection really hit home with everyone? That's always a game we play. And how's the weather like? Did it rain? Like, there's so many factors that go into it, but football games are always huge out here, and it's pretty packed, and you got to get here really early, and then it's real fun, and people just come out and see what happens.
All right, you're good, go ahead. Ball game starts at 7:30.
Luckily, we've never really had to hire anybody from the start. Nightly basis, it ranges from 4 to 5. We really run a tight ship and most people just show up every day. You know, I'm pretty honestly lax with them in terms of scheduling purposes. They just kind of let me know when they're not going to be here, and that's all I can really ask for. They don't, you know, it's not like I'm a mean boss and I'm like, you have to be here. I really don't tell them anything. The Whiteners have allowed me to have this perspective of let's create a space that, you know, people can enjoy, and hopefully that, you know, trickles down to our staff, which then trickles down to our customers, and, you know, everyone has a great time. I would say that there's really not a better family atmosphere and a cheaper place to do it. So our movies are 100% free this summer, and that's brought to you by Coca-Cola. They were a generous sponsor in allowing families to come out here and not pay any admission. We try to keep our concession stands cheap, so we're really trying to keep it family friendly and, you know, make sure that we're ingrained with the community from day one. They've helped us come alive and you know, really ingrain ourselves with the Loudon community and Loudon County as a whole. And so, like I said, from video games to movies to football games, people have been really receptive and been appreciative of, you know, a different avenue for entertainment. It brings me satisfaction, you know, seeing out here with the families and people just having a good time, because I have fond memories of doing things with my parents and my siblings. You know, it might not necessarily be a drive-in, but just having a good time and having those fond memories with your family is just, it's priceless, right? So if you can just give somebody one night that they might recall 7 years later around a fire talking about that one time they did something with their family, you know, that just means everything to us.